What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Brian Ash, aka Handsome Fister. On Instagram a few days ago, it might have been a week ago now, I had asked a question what you would like me to talk about in my videos. One of the things was they wanted to get to know me, who I am. So I thought about it for a week and I'm here to tell you about me. So my name is Brian Ash and I am a rapper slash gamer slash YouTube creator slash father of 6. Yes, I have a lot of kids, and the cool thing is all of my kids are cool. They play video games. They love YouTube. They love YouTube creation. They inspire me to do this. Like, I wouldn't do this without their blessing. Like, I asked, because a couple of them are teenagers, and I said, hey, look, I'm thinking about starting this YouTube channel up, and it's going to be about hip-hop. It's going to be about, vlogging. It's going to be about gaming. It's going to be about things that I like to do. And they were all like, Dad, just do whatever you want. That's freaking cool, whatever. We'll support you in anything you do. So I was like, all right, cool. So then I got to thinking about where I wanted to navigate the channel to start with. And so I was talking about Refined Ape, because that was one of my sponsors. And they're a beard balm company slash soap manufacturer. And they hooked me up with a product. And they want me to talk about their product periodically throughout my videos and gaming and sell their products. So, that's one thing that I do. I'm heavily involved in Detroit hip hop, nationwide hip hop, competitive gaming scene, and so I'll talk about that a lot in my YouTube videos as well. So I want to play you some of my music while we're doing this, because this is a huge part of me. I put that album out in 2012. It was called The Prodigal Son. And after I got done recording that album and putting it out, I made a lot of mistakes marketing the project. And it failed miserably. It flopped. And so did my mixtapes prior to that, because I didn't understand marketing. I didn't understand branding. I didn't understand the business. I just rapped. So we'll rewind from that. So when I was like 18, 19 years old, I started freestyling with some people, probably earlier than that. In high school, I used to freestyle with guys too. And so at one point, I started doing some bad things in my early 20s. And someone's like, man, dude, you should write a book, because the, cancer's the slow die. I had a tumor in my head the size of a softball, and I survived. A doctor gave me 6 months left to live, and I made it. Longest 6 months of my life. We're talking almost 20 years. So I started rapping, and I was terrible. And then I met some guys who showed me some things, and I wasn't as terrible, but I was still terrible. And then I ran into a gentleman named Silas Rage, who became my brother, Undertaker, my brother, partner in crime. And he taught me how to be an MC. He taught me how to rap. He taught me how to become vicious on a microphone. And that led me to some mixtape projects that I did. And, The Prodigal Son with Scott Sumner. We call him Yoda. He's an old white dude who just is nice with the boards. And I met a lot of awesome people based off of that. A lot of sweet MCs, Super MC, Valid, Pizzazz Simpson, Kid the producer. And so I'm yearning to work with them. And early on in it, I met a gentleman named Abo, who, became family too. Oddball the Wave Lord, he's on his 4th project, working on his 5th, and working on going on tours and stuff. And I couldn't be happier for him and watching his growth. And so I support all of these guys because they support me. So I support people who support me. Support's a big key to hip hop and gaming and everything. If you have the proper support, you can achieve anything. If you do not have the proper support, you will not achieve anything. So with that being said, that's kind of me in a nutshell. So after the Prodigal Son in 2012, and it did so miserably, I took a break from everything. I just wanted to, I found out my wife was pregnant with my 4-year-old, and so I wanted to take some time to find me and make some money and work, which I still work. I work the whole time. I've been in the trade of building assembly lines for 19 years. It'll be 20 in April of 2019. It's been a long run. And throughout all that, I've always entertained. I've entertained at work. Everyone thought I was pretty funny. I always did crazy stuff and dumb stuff and talked a lot of smack. And we always had fun. And I spent 12 years on the road as an equipment installer, which was a lot of fun. Got to see a lot of places, met a ton of MCs throughout my journey, and so that was great. And so recently I took a job locally so I could work on, you know, the YouTube channel more consistently, get back involved in the hip-hop culture in Detroit and try and catch up on what I've missed in the last 12 years, and supporting my boy Silas Rage and his wife Rated M's show Real Talk on Cave Radio. And I've been on that a few times, and he calls me all the time about, you know, what I'm talking about in my YouTube channel and what he's talking about in his internet radio show, so we can, you know, kind of combine and not necessarily talk about one thing or another. We talk about music business and where we failed in our careers and what we're trying to do now to make up for lost time in failing. So I call it failing, but we learned a lot of lessons. I learned a lot of things to do and things not to do. So I wouldn't necessarily call it a fail. I would call it a growing period. And a gentleman named Gary Vaynerchuk, when I, you know, was in my, you know, 6 years of not putting out any music or not doing anything, I came across him on Facebook, and he got my blood boiling again to get back out and do what I needed to do to give you guys the content that I need to give, whether it's learning or teaching about what I know about the music business, or, you know, learning what you guys know about the music business or gaming in itself, and how to become a better gamer, how to get into the better tournaments, how to win tournaments. Like that's what I'm about. So, and I'm a family guy. I try and be a family man the best that I can. So usually that's why I upload my videos late in the night, because I work until usually 5 o'clock, and then I'll get home about 6 o'clock, and then I hang out with the kids until they go to bed, 7:30, 8 o'clock. And the teenagers, they go to bed whenever they want. They just do their thing. And then from like 8 till like 10, I work on my videos to bring them to you so you guys can have something to watch. And I try and stay relevant on topics that are in hip hop, and so, or gaming. So I love music, man. I love hip hop. I haven't listened to this project in so long. It's crazy. And it's kind of funny, you know, like when I was really recording music like every day, the only music I listened to was mine. And that helped me develop a voice, but it also hurt me because I was only listening to me and not listening to what was going on in the industry. Does that make sense? So, with that being said, that's Brian Esch. If you have any more questions about me, or you want to know more about me, or where you can get my albums, my projects, or whatever. You know, you can comment below, subscribe, and because it's such a personal video to me, I would like to get like 500 likes on this video. Help your boy out. Give me 500 likes. Rock out. I'm going to listen to everything real quick. Well, I'm fading out. Scott Sumner on the track, baby.
It's the diary of Brian Ashton. 4869 is where I rest. That's where I lay my head at night and contemplate death. I got a spare room to accommodate